If you want to avoid any yard features killing your curb appeal, watch this video to the end. Alright, so we're walking up on this yard, and your front yard is definitely going to leave a powerful impression. It's something that people don't really think about as much. However, it's like an early stage of conversation of the house. So your front landscape in your yard is really an early conversation and beginning stage of the house. And it's, before anyone even comes through the front door, it's going to be something that's going to say a lot, right? All right, so point number one, and we're standing next to this sewer drain here because I want to talk about standing water. And this helps to mitigate that, which, as you can see, there's not really a lot of standing water here. However, that's a big no-no, and no-no number one of the video. You do not want to have any standing water on the property, on the side of the property, behind the property. This can be a big turnoff for buyers immediately. So standing water can occur due to poor grading, clogged or undersized drainage systems, heavy clay soil potentially that absorbs the water poorly, or your downspouts and your gutters overflowing. So case in point, having these extended out so the water doesn't just straight pool right there. Next up, I want to talk about lighting. As you can see here, some nice warm lights, more inviting. This gives it a very welcoming, warm feeling compared to maybe a bright LED or a bright white, more industrial, more commercial. A lot of people can do the lighting from the top as well if you like, add a little bit of accenting. I personally believe that too much of that is not great though. So I think when it comes to that, less is more, but of course it's a personal opinion. However, again, stay with the theme of the lighting being a warmer, yellow, inviting lighting, sort of like this. All right, no number three is having a lackluster or a standard concrete driveway. And you can see what's happening here is a perfect example. Unfortunately, when you go with a straight, standard concrete driveway, concrete slab, this can happen, which it's cookie cut, it's easy, it's clean, at first, but then you get this and it doesn't really stand the test of time if you opted for something more like pavers, right? Something like this. And this will add a really nice curb appeal to the entirety of the driveway. And a lot of people use like cobblestone, limestone, flagstone, or even porcelain. And just imagine that throughout the whole driveway. And it will really stand up compared to this happening where now this pretty much needs to be completely ripped out and redone because it's beyond any type of patch or repair, which that never looks good anyway. Plus, easier for if anything starts shifting or sinking, you can correct the pavers compared to having a mud jack and correct the driveway, which we have an example of at this property over here. So you can see it's not horrible, however, you have that slab sinking and raised up here. So it could be a trip hazard or issue for cars. All right, and no or don't do number 4 is having any weeds in mulch beds or any sort of out of control weed growth around the property. So you can see relatively clean for the most part. And this is a lot of work and it is some maintenance throughout. However, having structured, well-maintained beds will instantly make the property look much more intentional and polished. So ideally, in the prime season, You're doing this every 2 weeks, and that helps the yard look much more clean and much more attractive, especially if you're preparing for a sale or if you're having extended amount of people coming over. It's a good rule of thumb. So besides properly draining, again, here's another example of making sure you have your downspout extensions. Make sure that you have any clearance, like in the actual gutters up top, cleared and ready to go. Some people do use the rain barrels and collect the water, which is fine as well. Just make sure, again, that's not overflowing or not causing any seepage or leakage. All right, and no number 5 for today's video is to try and avoid any chain link fencing. As you can see, we have a very nice privacy fence here, and the chain link fence doesn't look good anytime and always adds a very cheap and lackluster look. If you can opt for anything like a porcelain or any wood mimicking material, that goes a long way, especially for people that like and appreciate the outdoor vibe and the outdoor space. I'm Sean Conja. Thanks for tuning in to another episode this week, and I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if there's anything I can do to help you.